welcome back to our channel. We are young,
dope, and married. Today's topic is going to be date night. Kind of first dates, bad dates, hopefully not with each other, but we're going to discuss some stuff about dates. Brianna, what would be your, favorite date that we ever went on or had?
That's a good one. My favorite date that we've ever done would probably have to be something that you set up at the house.
Okay.
Last Valentine's Day was actually our first Valentine's Day as a married couple, and my man went all the way out. Okay, he decked out our dining room, had it all set up. He cooked. It was a perfect date night. It was awesome. So that has to be my most favorite date. What about you, babe?
I would have to say that my favorite date was when you kidnapped me for my birthday. I think I was turning 24, and we came to Dallas. We were still living in Waco. We were at Baylor at the time. And then we went to the mall. I got some shoes, so yeah, you know me, you know I love shoes. And then I think we went to Dave and Buster's. We even stopped by Megan's house. It was just like a day trip. We was jamming in the car to our favorite things. I had to listen to Beyonce, of course, but we jigged and we just had a good time, and it wasn't just on some super dramatic romantic stuff, but it was just a very chill time. So that was one of my favorite dates, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. And while we on the topic of dates, I think it's important to date in general. Don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
I think really when you think about it, even in marriage, I think it's important to still set up those date nights, still enjoy time without just sitting on the couch. Or a lot of times, I know me, I be on my phone 24/7. You scroll down at Instagram, you might be on the phone. A lot of times I'll have my computer and my phone, so just doing different things. I think you get so busy sometimes that you don't set aside times in which you just spend time together. So what would be your takeaway or giveaway to people, or something that you feel works for us,
Yeah, I think dating keeps marriage and relationships fun, and it helps you remember why you like each other. That's a big takeaway that I've learned from just continuing to date Alfred, even these past almost 8 years now, is that we have continued to pursue our friendship and pursue what got us here in the first place, which is just having fun. That's us. That's our personality.
What was your worst date you ever been on? What was the worst date you ever been on? Hopefully it wasn't with me.
Well, that's an unfair question, y'all.
Okay.
I started dating Alfred when I was 18 years old. So, I mean, do you really have bad dates in high school, or are you just in high school? It said, or are you just a childhood friend?
Okay, so what is the worst date I took you on then?
The worst date that you took me on? Oh, when you took me to the Chinese restaurant and asked me out and then forgot. Y'all, he took me out on October the 2nd and asked me to be his girlfriend. This is 2013. Asked me to be his girlfriend. Found out it was the 2nd and said, oh, no, we're going to have to wait till next month, because he wanted it to be on the 1st.
In my defense, when you think of anniversaries, it's always better to stick with something that you can remember. You can remember the 1st because you got to pay your rent, you got to pay your bills. So on the 1st, dang. So that 1 month, it was easy. You know what I'm saying? Give me some credit. I asked her out again the next month.
He did, and he did it better. We went to Johnny Carino's. He wrote me
Hey, y'all know Waco had about 3 restaurants.
Honestly.
So, I mean, the dates in Waco was definitely redundant, the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would feel my worst date, I I don't think I had like a horrible date, but I would say the worst place to go on a first date would be the movies. Because like, honestly, you don't talk to the person. So like, if it's your first time meeting them or like y'all first time being one-on-one, it's weird because you're just like looking at the movie. And then after the movie, really, you don't got nothing to talk about because you ain't talked about nothing. But so you like the movie? I love that part with such and such, you know? So it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
For sure. So yeah, first date, movies, no. Okay, what kind of food, if you know you're a foodie, so like what kind of food, if you was gonna pick a restaurant or like a type of food, what would be like a safe first date like food place?
That's a good question. So again, I'm the foodie of the relationship and I'm gonna eat, okay? So you can literally take me anywhere and I'm gonna go. However,
Go eat that salad.
no, I ain't ordering no salad. So just be prepared if you asking me out.
Nobody asking her out. Wait a minute.
No, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. He knew. He was prepared. I think a safe bet is always, dang, that sounds really broke, but I was gonna say something like a Cheddar's.
Hey, I don't care. Yeah.
It's a variety.
Yeah.
She can get what she wants. You can get what you want.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to assume, like, most girls don't like to eat something too heavy, like a big old bowl of pasta or something. So Italian restaurants, hit or miss. But y'all, you can't go wrong with a light Cheddar's or Chili's.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And so, and then it's kind of more casual, right?
Right. I mean, for a first date, unless y'all specifically talked about something like, "Ooh, I've been really wanting to try this steakhouse," or blah blah blah. There's no need.
Okay, so that goes right into what I wanted to talk about. Who is gonna pay? Because at the end of the day, we've been seeing on social media, even like talking to my friends, like really in the dating era now, people are like, you gotta take me to Fuego de Chao, you gotta take me to Perry's, like Morton's, like, no, ain't no Cheddar's, ain't no Chili's first date, I need to step out. But real talk, where you build from, like where do you go, like when you start there? And I mean, I'm not saying that like if you got it, you got it, and I mean if that's really what you want to eat, but a lot of times people just really want to eat there to say they ate there. I mean some of the food is good, don't
But it's this big, and
not all the time, not all the time, but let's talk about it. Who should pay?
I think this is a simple answer.
Okay.
Whoever invites the person out on a date.
Okay. Now, okay.
But caveat.
Okay. What's your caveat?
First date, it's just kind of appropriate.
Oh, so without appropriate. That's the word.
It's just kind of, I'm going to say, it's kind of expected for a guy to pay on the first date.
Yeah.
But in most situations, it's the guy that's pursuing the woman.
That's
so true. It would be kind of expected, like, oh, he asked
what
me out.
What happened to all my ladies independent?
We still throwing heads up.
Okay.
But we like to be wined and dined too.
Nah. But on the cool though. If a man does not pay on the first date, hey, sis, gonna block him. Like, no, real talk. Now, the first date, I do agree that, the guy should pay, but I think that it shouldn't be a everyday thing. And I don't think that it should be expected. Like, yeah, first couple of dates, like, yeah, I'm trying to get to know you. I'm trying to court you, yeah, I'm gonna pay. But, when it's just kind of like, we get to a point where we eating every day.
We just hungry.
You just hungry. That's not no date. That's like we finna go get food. Especially like in a marriage, I feel like it can get very redundant because a lot of you gotta eat. Like if I ain't gonna cook, if Bree don't cook, we gotta eat. So we just picking up food. That's not really a date to me.
Right.
But if we're gonna have conscious like Friday night, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go there. I think then at that point, it should be sometimes that. I like to be treated as a man. I think that's a gem, honestly. Like, ladies, every now and again, come on, you making just as much money. Sometimes some of the ladies I know, they bosses, man. They out here being black queens. Y'all got some money. You can take us on a date every now and again. Like, don't be stingy. I think that it just shows that like. we're both working on this relationship. You
Right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? Not saying that like that's the end all be all, but I think it just shows that both of y'all are working on it. What you think?
Right, like it's showing. Going back to our first video, it's showing your intentions.
Yeah.
Like he said at the beginning, first couple of days, it's okay for the dude to be like, yeah, I'm intentionally pursuing you. But after then, it's like, we in this together. It's okay. Sometimes I take that check, Big Daddy. It's all right. It's
Yeah.
cool. Look, he like slide it over, then slide it over. But I mean, that's just fair. And I think when you find someone that you actually want to do that with, like, why not? Don't let society take you away from, wanting to treat your man.
Yeah. And I once again, I don't think it should be like an all time thing. I'm kind of traditional in the sense of like, yeah, I'm gonna wine and dine my lady, like I'm gonna take you out, but it's nice to get that check and know that it's not coming out your money. So I think that that's important. So where would be a first date standard? Let's talk about like a standard of a date. So I was joking, but like McDonald's, that's not. So what would be like a first date standard for you? Like if you was just out here dating, what would be like a first date standard?
It just has to be thought out. I'm gonna be honest with you. Dates are your time to be creative, and it's truly a first impression if you're on your first date.
Okay.
So whatever makes you shine. If you are an artist, take that girl out to painting with a twist.
Okay.
Do something that really shows you in your element, because that's what dating is about. It's about getting to know the other person. So don't take her to no steakhouse if you don't like steak and you finna order a piece of, chicken or something. I know.
She's trying to comfort me.
I'm not trying to comfort him. He got a pork chop, y'all. He got a pork chop.
She's trying to comfort me.
But yeah, like just something, if you're comfortable and in your element,
Yeah.
that's cool with me.
So what about brunch? Do you think like daytime towards night? What would be the difference? What do you think about that?
Ooh, that's a good one. So, this is what I feel about brunch.
I love the brunch.
I love to brunch. It's a very chill type of scene, chill type of vibe. I think maybe if you're dating or going out on a first date with someone who you don't know, like let's say you met them off the internet or you met them somewhere, maybe you don't want to meet them at nighttime or you don't want to, have them pick you up. That's perfectly fine. I think brunch is a cool alternative. Everybody like a good bacon and egg.
That's true.
Everybody like a good mimosa.
That's true.
So
I mean, cool. I could even see like drinks, because like it's a time where you could like you could talk. It doesn't have to be as formal, just in case you like just met them. And then it goes into my next thing about, you said something, you was like picking them up. So, one of the things that we, like when you think about traditional, it's like, will you pick me up? What time you need to be dressed. But I think that in society that's changed, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what are your reasons for that? Or do you think that what do you think that a girl or a dude should do like on the first date, I guess?
I think dating in general is just like kind of like a lost form. So we've kind of gone away from what traditional dating looks like. Mm-hmm. Traditionally it is, the guy comes pick up the girl, knocks on the door, speaks, they come out, he opens the door, all of that. But we live in the world of craziness and all of these things. So I'm all for let's meet up at the place. I'm all for that for completely. Sure. But I do think once you get comfortable and you're okay with that person, like knowing where you live and stuff like that, there's no reason why you can't be like, oh yeah, you can come scoop me. I think that's a pleasant little something that girls are missing nowadays.
But not that first date.
Yeah, not that first date. Sis.
Especially in the city. Like, I could just see that just being, like, people are crazy. Yeah. What about internet dating? That was a big thing. What about internet dating?
Chad, don't ask me about no internet dating. I don't know nothing about it, y'all.
I know some people who met some great people out on internet dating. I think that, like, where do you meet people? Like, when you really think about it, where do you meet people?
That's true. College.
Right. So we did meet in college, but then after college, where do you meet people? Like, maybe that should be one of our follow-up questions for another time.
Y'all
but
let
like,
us know what you think. Where you meeting your people?
But where are you meeting people? So I know some like people who've met online and they hit it off and like they're dating, and so I just don't think people should count it out. Like, you're not always gonna meet the boy in a pew at church, or I think that we have to be realistic about where we are in life. And I think after college it gets more difficult,
for sure.
So speaking of like, just people you've been around, like talking to people that you went to school with, like what do you think that ladies are doing now, or how do they feel about dating and things of that nature?
He's coming hard today, y'all. He's coming hard.
Hey, people want to know. We gotta give the people what they got.
That's just it's really unfair. I should throw it on you and ask you, because honestly, like I said, I've been scooped up taking whatever since 18. So, I mean, kind of is what it is. I have a narrow view of things.
Okay.
Which is fine. But like from what I've gathered from just like friends and meeting different people and stuff like that, they're open. They're open to dating, to trying new things, but everybody still wants to get their bag. Like, I mean, and I think people are more so worried about that now than like trying to date.
Okay.
And all that, so.
Okay. Get in their bag. Do you not go on a date because somebody is not in your tax bracket? From your friends.
Okay, from my friends. I was just like, well, baby, I was broke. You was broke. We was in college. Well, from my friends, that's not really the impression that I got, that they would just neglect someone. When I say get to their bag, I more so mean like people are more so focused on going back to school, like getting work promotions, that type of thing.
Okay, so they're getting to their own bag.
Their own bag, not to their bag, but to their own bag.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, I think that it's important, but I do think that people like companionship. I think we're in a world where we're always like hustling to the next thing. Like, I even find myself in marriage, like sometimes having to like sit and reflect. I remember one time you were saying like, enjoy the moment. And sometimes with me, I'm just like, nah, what's next? I gotta go what's next. So I understand where dating may not be as important. Like people want, I think, marriage. They want that outcome, but people don't want the process or the journey. Like you said, we was both broke, so I mean, it was really easy for us. But I think that you have to be willing and sacrifice time to get towards the journey, because at the end of the day, we didn't start off with a YouTube channel. Like that's not where we started, And I think that you have to learn people, but you have to learn yourself in the process of dating. So I think it's important to like get out there. So, if you didn't get nothing else from this, TED Talk, get out there. Get out there, learn what you like. Have your standards and your expectations. Ain't nothing wrong with that, male and female. Like if your expectation is that like, hey, we need to like constantly be going on dates like once a week or, once a month, even in a marriage, you know what I'm saying? Like I try to make sure that we kind of like do something other than just sit on the couch. Cause that's so easy. Sometimes in a marriage, it's so easy to be like, we go Netflix and like, we love Netflix. Cool. So, I mean, Netflix sponsors. Like, but like, no, for real, we love Netflix. We love to like watch shows together and things like that. But I think that doesn't take effort sometimes,
That's good.
And so I think it's important that in dating and having date nights is like something that you have to plan.
Right.
It takes something out of you. It takes sacrifice. And so I think that's important. And so like date nights, let them be fun. Like, y'all, let's live, enjoy your life. I think, sometimes we can be too
uptight,
too serious.
Okay.
It's a date. It might not be your husband. Did you have a good time?
Hear that though. He said it might not be your husband.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes, you walk in with expectations, but if it's not that, take it as is. decide to have fun anyway, it might be your free meal for you, sis. Like, I mean, I'm just saying,
Hey,
if you realize
get
that,
your free meal, sis, I guess, yeah.
do what you do.
But you know what? I think that kind of wraps up date night.
Yeah.
You know, I got a little special date for her. She doesn't know, but y'all see that at the beginning of this clip. Maybe.
So since we done said a lot here today,
sure.
but I hope that y'all were able to take away something from this. Date nights are important. First dates are important. They're your first impressions of someone. Have fun. We are out here young and doing it. Have fun.
Yeah. And once again, like, subscribe.
Comment.
And we are young,
dope,
and married.